So today I want to talk about interviews. I'm a career coach and a recruiter for well over 15 years. And one of the things that my clients constantly have issues with is their interviews. There's so many people who struggle in that area. So I just wanted to come on here and drop a few pointers. So from a recruiter's point of view and a career coach's point of view, one of the things that the interviewer is looking for is the first thing is, can you do the job? So they're looking at your skills, your expertise, and your experience. Okay. So they want to see or hear relevant experience. They want specific examples, and they also want the results that you achieve in that particular example. So your story should have all of those things included in it. Okay. Now, they want to walk away knowing that you've done that work before and that you can handle that responsibility, that it won't be an issue for you if you get hired for that job. Now, another thing that they're looking at is how do you think and how do you solve problems? Okay. They're looking at your critical thinking skills and your problem solving skills. All right. Are you adaptable? Are you able to figure things out when things don't go according to plan? That's very important because they can't hire somebody who is going to freeze in the middle of those kinds of situations. Now, another thing that they're looking at is will you fit the team? Okay, now I'm specifically talking about things like your level of professionalism, your communication skills, um, your communication style as well, and also your emotional intelligence. They need to make sure that you're somebody who could work well with the team as well as the clients. Okay, they don't want to hire somebody who's, you know, not well suited for working with the public. They want to make sure that the person that they're hiring will be a good representation of them when they're talking to the clients. All right. Now, something else that they want to figure out in that interview is, are you somebody that they should hire over other candidates? Now, that's a very important point. Some of the things that most people don't even think about this, but they're looking at your level of motivation. Are you enthusiastic? Um, do you understand the job? Okay. And are you displaying any unique strengths, any unique skills that sets you apart from the other people that are actually going for the same job? So this is an area that a lot of people totally forget because they're so bogged down in, using the star method that they totally forget that they need to show the interviewer that they're definitely interested in that job. So at the end of the day, they want to know that you're bringing something valuable to the company and that you're really interested in taking this job. Now, something that I tell all of my clients, I kind of make sure that they cover these points. Okay. I do teach them about the STAR method, but in terms of the formula, I make sure that they touch on evidence. And these are giving real examples in their stories. And then also the process, how they came about it, how did they approach the problem? And then obviously the result. What happened because of their action? That's very important that they take that away from the story that you're telling. And then the relevance. Why is it that that matters for this position? And that is so important because a lot of people have a tough time translating their experience into what the company is actually looking for. Okay, let's say, for example, you're breaking into a new market. You haven't worked here in that field before, or in a certain position before, but you do have a little bit of experience from a different job. So what you need to do is to take that experience that you have from the other job and translate it in a way that it applies to the position that you're going for so that they can recognize those transferable skills, the achievements and the results that you brought that company. Okay, so that is probably the most difficult thing to do in an interview is that part of the storytelling, bridging the gap between something you did someplace else and how you can apply it to this position now. So at the end of the day, before they hire you, they want to know, number one, if you can do the job. That's very important. That you'll be easy to work with, that you're not going to, come in and be such a big distraction and dismantle the team environment, and that you want the job. Okay. They need to make sure that they're not bringing on somebody who's got one foot in and one foot out. And then most importantly, that you are a low risk hire compared to other candidates. And what that means is that the chances of you messing up are a lot lower than if they hire somebody else. Okay. So that's that. I hope that this little bit of information has been of value to you. If you're interested in working with me, the link is in the comments. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments as well. In the meantime, keep in mind that the energy that you put out has a way of coming back to you from the universe. So definitely make sure that you keep it positive.